Stop lying to yourself. If your business can't survive without you, you don't have a company, you have a job. But in this video, I'm going to give you 12 principles that will help you systemize your business and make it run smoothly without you. Hi, I'm Emeka, your self-client of strategy, and my job is to arm you with strategic insights that will position you and your business to win for a long time. Stick around. So straight up, what are these 12 principles? Number 1, systems are built on documented knowledge. If most of the things that you do are not documented in details, you don't have a system. That's the truth. Most of the things that you do, your activities and everything, they are not well documented in detail, black and white. You do not have a system. Now, let me digress a little bit. Now, many years ago, I was wondering I was just concerned, curious, what exactly is wrong with Africa? Why is Africa like the backwater of the world? Okay? You can't find 3, 4, 5 economies in Africa that are doing very well developed and all of that. Why Black Africa? And I did research and found out that's in almost all African cultures. You can't find a history traced back 500, 600, 700, 1,000 years ago where there is a culture of documenting things in writing. There is no documented knowledge. Our forefathers did not invent the ability to document knowledge, to document their thoughts outside of their head in detail that someone else can come and read it. That alone is the reason, number 1 reason, why Africa could not develop. You can't develop beyond your ability to document knowledge. You can't reason on paper and all of that. You can't move forward. Your progress will be capped. Okay, this is the very foundation. That's why it's number 1, the foundation. So the secret behind civilization is also the secret behind systemization. Without the ability to read and write, to document things, there is no civilization, no advanced civilization, and there will be no advanced system that's running. Are you getting me now? So number 2, systems must align with the business's core identity. What do we mean by this? The core identity of the business is in the values and mission. So values has to do with what you believe is right and important. Then mission has to do with the work that you do that's going to bring about the fulfillment of your vision and your purpose. Okay? So your mission cascades into your processes, your activities and all of that. Then your values, they cascade into policies. What is right, what is important, what you can prioritize and what you do and not do cascades into policies. Okay, so you build your system to align with these 2 things. That's what will give it direction and stability. For example, you are saying you want to provide affordable quality housing for a lot of people. That's your mission. Okay, so it means that your system is going to be very big on cost control and cost reduction. Are you seeing it now? So you must build your system to align with your values and your mission, which is your core identity. So number 3 principle, systems are interdependent. This is self-explanatory, very straightforward. You know, when we're defining systems, we say it's a set of interrelated, interconnected, and with the features, we said elements, relationships, and purposeful outcomes. So relationships, no system functions in isolation. Whenever there's isolation of a system, there's problem. Okay, disjointed workflows will cripple a system. When you're trying to design a system, you must define the interrelationships between all the different systems and components. Okay, and it will be clearly spelled out. Principle number 4, systems originate from core business functions. And what do we mean by this? Now, first of all, let me define what a business is. So a business is an entity that provides or creates something of value that people want or need at a price they are willing to pay for in a way that satisfies the purchaser's needs and expectations and also keeps revenue coming and makes it worthwhile for the owners. Are you getting it? So we can extract 5 core business functions: value creation, marketing, sales, value delivery or customer service, and then finance. Creating something of value. Value creation is operations. Okay, so you can say operations, marketing, sales, customer service, finance. Those are the 5. If you remove any one of them, you don't have a business. Are you getting me now? So when you're designing, creating a system, you identify these are the elements. We say a system is interrelated components. So the 5 basic foundational components, that's how you start designing the system. Operations. Okay, if you want to have employees, want to delegate, you start with someone in charge of operations, someone in charge of marketing. Sometimes you can merge marketing and sales. Someone in charge of marketing, sales, someone in charge of customer service, someone in charge of finance. More basic. You can begin to expand. HR, human resource department, technology department, legal department, and so on and so forth. Research development. But this 5, that's where you start from. So number 5 principle: systems are dynamic. So you must design for continuous improvement. What do we mean by dynamic? That means any system that is incapable of adapting to its environment will not survive. No, we say a system is like a living organism, and the foundation of survival is adaptation or adaptability. Do you understand? So your system must be able to adapt, to change, flexible. You must design it. Flexibility and adaptability, is also related to irritability, one of the characteristics I've mentioned before. Okay? Sense things, change, adapt, market trend, do your research. So you must design adaptability and dynamism in your business. Amazon started as what? Just a bookshop. Just selling only books online. But look at what they are today. They are doing so many other things. Adaptability. Principle number 6, you must standardize before you automate. That means you must get your manual processes right first before you think of automation and scaling. Because what does automation do? It makes things faster. Okay? So when you have not standardized, you only accelerate inefficiencies and you will fail faster. So principle number 7, systems require authority and clear reporting lines. Now, there's no system without delegation. Hope you're getting me. Because we're talking about system means you are putting other people to be in charge of things. So there is delegation. And when there's delegation, there has to be supervision. And how do you supervise? One of the ways to communicate during supervision is through reporting. You write reports of what you are doing. That's because you are documenting things. That means you are writing reports. Okay, so the reporting line must be clear. There must be clear hierarchy. No matter how flat an organization is, there must be hierarchy, authority. You report, you supervise, you delegate, and all of that. So that's how systems run. Principle number 8, systems demand assigned responsibility and accountability. It's related to the 7th one, but this one is a bit different. Systems, they demand responsibility. That means every activity, every task must have an owner, not a committee. An owner must be in charge of a clearly defined task or a clearly defined activity. You don't delegate to a committee. Even when you put committee in charge, there is one person that is responsible and accountable for the results of that committee. So you delegate and you assign to an owner responsibility, clear responsibility and accountability. Who is responsible, who is accountable. All right? So principle number 9, no system succeeds without KPIs and success metrics. KPIs, key performance indicators. So how do you measure progress without success metrics? Are you getting me now? What gets measured gets managed. What you cannot measure, you cannot improve. And we know what improvement means in a system. Okay, we talk about continuous improvement, growth, and all those things. Without measurement, you are not doing anything. That's not a system. You are just joking. Okay, so there must be KPIs for every task, every key process, every task. You understand? So you must have key performance indicators and success measures. That's going to be a huge topic we're going to discuss later, maybe in a separate video, because this is something that we need to go deep into. Every system must have KPIs and success metrics in order to succeed, in order to measure success and progress. Are you getting me now? So principle number 10, systems prioritize simplicity over complexity. Over-engineered systems, they collapse under their own weight. In other words, if you cannot explain it in 30 seconds, simplify it. Okay? Simplify it. Systems. Design simplicity into your systems. Try to work smoother and faster. All right? Principle number 11. In order to cut waste, design your system around customer value. You exist for the customer. Primarily, you are existing for that customer, to add value to the customer. So you must design your system around customer value in order to be truly efficient and stick to what is needed. There are so many things people do, so many activities. You ask yourself, how is this activity, this thing we are doing, how is it adding value to the customer? If it's not adding value, cut it off. That's how to make a system efficient. You must focus on the customer. If what you are doing does not directly or indirectly add value to the customer, you cut it off. So principle number 12, the last but not the least, you design for redundancy and risk mitigation. Single points of failure cripple systems. Okay, one person should not, the system should not depend on one person so much that if that person is not there, that work cannot go forward. Okay, that's a great risk. For example, you have a vendor, and that's the only vendor you have that gives you supplies that you critically need for your operations, and you have only one. You don't have a backup vendor. So if that one fails, everything grinds to a halt. So you must design for that risk, okay, for redundancy. So you must have cross trainings among teams, that not only one person can do a particular job. Other people have an idea of how to do this job. You have an idea of how to do this other person's job. That one has an idea of how to do your job. Cross training, all of that. Okay, so you design your system like that against redundancy and risk for risk mitigation. Are you getting me now? So when you follow these 12 principles and designing your system, you're following these 12 principles with also the knowledge of those 7 characteristics. My God, you're going to have a very effective system that can be functioning without you. All right. So I'm going to see you in the next video.